AGRI party list representative Wilbert has withdrawn from the senatorial race just a day before the official 90-day campaign period begins. Lee personally went to COMELEC to withdraw his candidacy today. Still, COMELEC Chair George Garcia said that Lee's name will remain on the ballot since it's too late to reprint. Any votes cast for him will be counted as stray. Lee said that his decision was not made lightly, and he said his lack of political machinery was a key reason he decided to back out of the race.
Masakit man sa kalooban, pero ito po yung napagpasihan dahil nakita ko po sa aking pag-iikot, sa aking pakikipag-usap, napagtanto ko na talagang kulang na kulang po ang oras at kulang na kulang po ang aking makinarya para maipaabot sa ating mga kababayan yung atin pong mga ipinaglalaban. Alam nyo naman sa kampanya, hindi lang po ito billboards, hindi lang po ito financial resources, no? Napakaraming factors pa dito, no? So, kulang na kulang, no? Marami tayong butas at maraming lugar na hindi po natin naaabot.
Without further ado, let's find out more from the man himself. As promised, our third guest tonight is AGRI Party List Representative Wilbert Lee. He joins us here in the studio. Maraming salamat, Kong Manoy, for joining us. I know nasabi nyo na sa inyong soundbite,
Yes,
the reason. I also know that you are a successful businessman. So was this kind of like kumbaga, a smart business decision on your part?
Well, officially, I've said kanina, nabanggit ko. No? But officially, yes, we already withdrew from our candidacy for the Senate race in the 2025 national and local election. No? We have arrived at this decision, no, after consultations, yung mga pakikipag-usap and everything, no, talagang masusing pagninilay, no. And as we go around the country, talagang nakita ko na kulang talaga yung aking makinarya, kulang yung time, no, and para maipaabot, no, what we have been fighting for, no. Ito pong mga advocacies natin, talagang kulang na kulang sa oras and makinarya. Hindi po naaabot yung ating mga kababayan.
Okay, tanong ko lang, no, since medyo magkapareho kasi ang kampanya, pagiging senador, ang kampanya, pagiging isang party list representative para maipanalo ang party list. Nationwide po ang inyong laban. How different is it? Kasi since napanalo mo naman ang AGRI party list last time, last election, can't you just, kumbaga, some people would ask simplistically na, di ba kayang gayahin na lang ulit?
Well, actually, magkaiba siya, no? Kasi in a party list election, you identify lang, you know, kung saang lugar, no? So, doon ka lang magpo-focus, no? Whereas in a senatorial race, talagang buong bansa, talagang the whole field, the whole country kailangan mong maabot, no? And then, iba rin yung advocacy, iba rin magkaiba yung pinaglalaban, no? So, kailangan maabot mo lahat, eh. Yun yung pagkakaiba.
But we spoke to you, Kong, in October. You were the first to file your candidacy, in fact. Wala si Sean that day, but
absent ako, pero
we and I were there. We interviewed you right on the set, and you knew even then it was going to be an uphill climb. And you knew you were not polling well in the surveys, and you knew it was going to take a lot of time and a lot of money. So my question to you is, you knew all of that back then, but you told us that you're hopeful. Tapos may strategy ka din. What changed between then and now? I mean, what was the trigger for you to pull the plug on this campaign?
Naubos yung oras, eh. No? I think it's the time, no? So, nagkulang talaga sa oras na, no? The runway, naging maiksi na yung runway, no? So, I think that's the final, no? And then, syempre, nakita natin, no? After, you know, going around, no? As we go around the country, sabi ko nga, nakita talaga natin that we really lack the machineries to pull this off, no? To maintain a viable campaign, no? In such a very challenging race, no? Talagang yun yung pinaka-nagkulang talaga yung machinery.
So do we chalk this up as a parang expensive learning experience? I'm
No,
assuming
there's
expensive
no
siya
regrets, no regrets, because along the way, many lessons learned. No? I've met many new friends, no? Mga ganon. Marami ako natutunan. Lahat po ng ito, dadalhin ko, no? And as I have said, no, I will continue in my personal capacity to fight for all the advocacies, no? Ito pong libreng gamot at libreng pagpapagamot, no? Ito pong, para sa akin, kinatatakutan talaga ito ng kaba, takot at pangamba ng bawat isang Pilipino, no? yung pagkakasakit. No? Dahil pag nagkasakit, alam naman natin, talagang nagkakautang, nababaon sa utang, lalong nalulugmok sa kahirapan. Napakarami, ayaw na magpadala sa hospital.
Right.
Nasa bahay lang nakaratay because yun na nga, walang pambayad, walang pibili. Damay pa yung pamilya, no? Sa isang iglap, yung konting ipon, nauubos na. I will continue to fight for all of this, no? And yung, our party list, no, the AGRI party list, no, magkakaroon siya ng re-election bid, no? So, sila yung magpapatuloy, no? Sila yung magpapatuloy nitong mas sinimula natin dito sa Congress, no? And magiging mas aggressive, no? And in fact, mas magiging aggressive yung pangangampanya ko dito, no? Dahil hindi nga ako kasali na po rito. And I'm looking forward na itong yung party list, the AGRI party list, siya magpapatuloy talaga nitong mga advocacies natin.
Well, kung your withdrawal comes just a day before the campaign period starts, no? Pero leading up to tomorrow, marami na rin pong nag-withdraw from the senatorial race, kahit sa mga local positions. Pero may mga critics po na nagsasabi na that's a sign of indecisiveness eh. How do you respond to that, Kong?
Well, hindi naman hindi naman siguro, no? It's para sa akin, no? As the saying goes, no, sometimes it is not the times when you decide to fight, but the times when you decide not to fight that makes all the difference. No? So para sa akin, it's not about indecisiveness. It's about looking at the whole picture and everything. No? And sabi ko nga, dumaan ito sa masusing pagninilay talaga. No? Pag-uusap with all our leaders, ground leaders, and supporters and everything. No? And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of them, really, no, from the bottom of my heart. Hindi ko mararating yung narating natin ngayon. Yung mga napagtagumpayan natin sa healthcare, napa-increase natin yung mga benefits sa PhilHealth, naging libre yung dialysis, and so many other things. Without them, no, hindi natin ito maaabot.
You keep saying you want to fight, but how will you do that without opposition?
Well, in my personal capacity, no, siguro magiging
Are you going to set up a foundation, or are you going to help
I have,
somebody else
meron
get reelected?
Meron kaming foundation talaga, no? Matagal na tong foundation. And we've been doing this for a long time already. No? In fact, yung foundation natin, nakafocus siya sa children's leukemia. No? Siguro expand natin ito ngayon. And we will continue to fight for all of this. No?
Okay. Kung absent ako nung first guesting mo dito, so I think I'm allowed to ask this.
Yeah.
Nakalagay sa t-shirt mo, AGRI Party List. Ang pinag-uusapan natin ay healthcare at gamot. I'm just curious kasi, I mean, you can be interested in both sectors, right?
Yeah.
But can you tell us kung bakit ang AGRI Party List ay tumutulong sa gamot? Although we understand naman na maraming may sakit at nangangailangan
it started kasi from pag-ikot ko, nga nangyayari ganito. Pag-ikot ko, dumating ako sa isang lugar, sorry, may magsasaka, kausap ko. After 3 months, biglang nalaman ko namatay. So sabi sa so, ano nangyari? Kasi kung matagal na pong may iniindang sakit yan, tinitiis lang kasi wala nga pera, walang pambayad. Yung kailabaw namin, naibenta na nga namin. So, doon po nag-start, no? So, nakita ko, no? So, paano ko magkakaroon ng maayos na pagkain, pagsasaka, kung may mga sakit naman lahat? No? So, it all started from there, no? Marami pa akong nakita. In fact, from my personal experience, ang dami kong naabutan, dinala ko sa hospital personally, and then after ilang months, namatay din because too late na nung nakita natin. No? So, doon po nag-start, and doon ko nakita na what's the use na mayroon kang magandang product, mayroon kang sinasaka, tapos may sakit ka naman.
Yeah.
Doon nag-start yan lahat. No? And I think lahat ng sector, no? Lahat.
Right.
No?
I mean,
Not only in the
yeah.
agricultural sector.
Of course, I mean, it's no secret that agriculture and health are we have some of the biggest issues in those areas. But with the final BICAM report on the budget, how did you feel when you saw the final breakdown? For instance, maraming tinanggal, maraming nadagdag. PhilHealth, for instance, did not get subsidy. When you were here with us last time, you were fighting for more benefits for PhilHealth and more subsidies for PhilHealth because the money is not going to the members, right?
Well, actually, I'm not part of the BICAM, so hindi ko alam kung ano nangyari. But during the plenary deliberations, kung nalaman ninyo, yung sa DOH, 3 times po natin yung dinifer. No? And nagkaroon pa nga ng incident, yung agawan ng mic. No? Mabuti maraming mic dito. No?
Hindi natin kailangan magagawan tonight, Kong.
So, it was because yung pinaglalaban natin, it was because na gusto natin, instead of because we've started this 2023 pa, no? And during that time, pangako. No? Yes, may mga napagtagumpayan tayo. We have been successful in fighting for some of the increases, but napakatagal, napakabagal. So this time, gusto ko nakasulat. No? And that's the reason, no, yung gusto natin pirmado ng Secretary of Health and the PhilHealth President. So gusto natin nakalagay anong itataas, anong timeline, and everything documented. And we have been successful in doing that. And January of 2025, most of these commitments na itaas na natin. No?
Yung mga case rates na to.
Case rates, additional 50% by January. So marami, yung mga diagnostic scans, marami tayong napasabay, emergency cases na sa emergency room. Dati hindi siya covered, ngayon covered na rin siya. No? Marami, no? So pinaglalaban natin ito. Going back to agriculture, during the plenary deliberations, I have asked kung priority ang agriculture, why is it that hindi man ito tinaas talaga, no? Ng sobra. Kailangan, alam natin, kulang ang pagkain natin. Bakit ang agriculture natin hindi tinaas? And ang dami pa doon. Pre-harvest budget, post-harvest budget. I've been fighting for the post-harvest budget na dapat ipantay. No? So ito po yung mga pinaglaban
Congressman,
natin.
we're running out of time, but I need to ask you, why didn't you sign the impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte?
Well, actually, during that day, 4 days before, that day, meron naka-schedule na yung ethics complaint against sa akin, naka-schedule yung hearing. No? And I've written yung chairman 4 days before that I have a prior commitment in Nueva Vizcaya. So sabi ko, I cannot attend the ethics hearing. No? Kasi alam niyo naman, pag sa probinsya, pag pinaghandaan, ginastusan nila, tapos hindi ka dumating, so lagot ka. No? So sabi ko, hindi ako makaka-attend. So nandun ako sa Vizcaya actually. So hindi ko alam, actually on my way back, doon ko lang nalaman na nagkaroon pala ng botohan. No? Pero hindi ko alam because I have no invitation and everything. I've heard nagkaroon ng caucus in the morning. Pero sabi na rin ng ibang na-interview na congressman, hindi rin nila alam what's the agenda.
But
So
very
ako, hindi ko
quickly,
talaga
would you have
alam.
signed anyway?
Well, I will read the complaints because hindi ko nakita. No? Titimbangin ko po to and I will vote kung ano po yung mas makakabuti sa taong bayan.
Walang tayong oras. But thank you again so
Thank
much.
you so
Mukhang,
much.
may trabaho ka pa rin naman. Marami pa rin kabibisihan kasi
Tuloy-tuloy
yung
ang AGRI party list. Tuloy-tuloy ang laban ng AGRI party list. Sila yung magpapatuloy ng ating advocacy.
So, kailangan lang natin i-share no na wag na nating i-shade yung pangalan ni Senator Wilbert.
Sa party list na lang. Sa AGRI party list na lang.
Under Senator
Wilbert, please.
Sa AGRI party list na lang.
Okay, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. I know you had a long day.
Number 88.
Ang ganda naman ng number mo
Number
sa
88,
feng shui.
AGRI party
Sa
list.
feng
Sa feng shui,
Okay.
maganda ang number. Masagana ang 88, di ba? Yan ang sabi nila.
Masaganang ani.
Oo,
Yeah,
888. Agri Party List Representative Wilbert Lee, maraming salamat sa inyong oras. Thank you so much.